All right. Get on it, Pickle. Get on it, Pickle. Get ripped, son. So, as you guys know, and we're going to jump right into the Aaron Imholt thing. A little bit of context, just really quick, because I know a lot of you might not understand the Aaron Imholt thing. So, Nick Rekieta, law tuber, Rekieta Law, one of my buddies, got arrested for possession in May of last year. All this kind of knowledge was uncovered that he was banging another lady that wasn't his wife, named April, and she was married to Aaron Imholt. And Aaron Imholt was the one that apparently turned everybody in because he was angry because his wife got stolen, which makes sense. So Aaron has used this opportunity of like a sliver of clout online to try to build an entire brand around. So he talks about it. So he'll be talking about me just mentioning him on a stream probably, which is fine. I don't mind. Somebody sent me a clip of him talking, and I never even watched it because I don't care. But I like to comment on the weird antics he's doing. So, at any rate, there's been all kinds of drama up, down, left, and right. And every time he gets like in a corner, he'll just claim he wants to fight you, but like in a ring, like a boxing ring, because there's this really strange, the weirdest thing in the world. He thinks he's like a professional boxer. And there's only one video that exists of him boxing in like a ring. And I don't even think he lands a punch. And then he just gets dropped like in 10 seconds by another random guy. So that's weird. Anyways. So after you see that, like immediately after you see that, you're like, oh, so this is bullshit. He's just like, oh, he's like the guy, that says he speaks Spanish, but all he knows how to say is like gracias, without like any Hispanic affliction, gracias, señorita. And he's like, I'm fluent in Spanish. Like that's kind of him. If that makes sense. So at any rate, he was telling everybody to fight him and show up and box him. And somebody contacted his gym and all of his lies were exposed. And we're going to read all that. This is such a brutal picture. This is Aaron in the boxing ring. This is the guy that kicked his ass in that one. There's like one video that exists. Remember how I said there's like one video that exists? Yeah, this is from that video. Aaron like died immediately. Like immediately dies in this. And if you've ever seen the video, he basically is exactly like Boogie in the Boogie and Wings fight. Identical to he's basically Boogie in the Boogie and Wings fight. That's basically what he is. He doesn't really swing and he just dies immediately, which is very apparent. Now, granted, here's the issue. So he called himself a boxing coach and had all these things that he was talking about. So Aaron, he does this thing where he brags that he's a boxing coach and he's an expert and he's a champion and he's all these weird things for some reason. So somebody emailed his gym that he apparently trains people at because he's a coach. And they responded. And they said, thank you for updating me and letting me know about Aaron Imholt. With being a bit busy, I've been out of the loop on the situation. I do appreciate your email about his status and what has all happened. I hope you don't mind that I did share this with all of our coaches so they are aware of this, as well as Cindy Schumacher from St. Cloud area Golden Gloves Boxing in Minnesota. Just so you know, Aaron at one time did have access to the building when he was together with his wife, April. After, with what happened, I can't remember the dates, I did request the key back from the building. At this time, Aaron has not been registered as a coach, just an athlete, which is for some reason the funniest thing when you read the word athlete and it's like referring to Aaron. I know it's like what it's called technically, but something about that. And his time in the ring with other boxers is just him sparring with those over the age of 18, since our kids' class is only on Saturdays, which is coached by Logan Masty. And there's a lot of these, by the way. So right there, not a coach. Not a coach. And he kind of moves the goalposts when he responds to this. Again, I don't have a problem with Aaron at all. Like, I don't know him. But, like, the gall on this man to try to invite all these people to box him. And the whole point is so he can get clout from it. He doesn't care if he gets killed. It's all for clout. Like, Aaron probably weighs less than me, and he's like a fat guy. And it's because I'm a large man. And he's like, he said he wanted to box me. And I'm like, dude, I bench. You know how much I bench press? You know, I work the heavy bag like 3 days a week and I have for years. What are you doing, dude? You're gonna die. What are you doing? You know? But he doesn't, he probably knows. He just wants to be able to film it and put it on the channel and be like, and then he just rolls into it and makes some stuff up. How tall am I? 5'11". Chris Olin says maybe you should fight him for charity fundraising and cheap lols. If you win, donate all the proceeds to Nick legal fees. If he wins, he can put it towards his legal fees. Why do I got to give the money to Nick? What the hell? Why can't I keep the money? That don't make no damn sense. You know how much? You know how broke I am right now, Chris Olin. You understand, bro? You understand? I pay my mortgage late, like 2 months late, every 2 months. Thank you, Chris Olin. I appreciate you, dude. Aaron's over here. So you know what's the funniest part about this? Aaron's over here having to post like his receipts where he bought license to prove he does anything. And I'm like, dude, I have a hard card in NASCAR. I can just show it to you. I don't do nothing. So it says, thanks for responding. This is from Scott Kilm, the St. Cloud Boxing and Wrestling Club. Says the key issue is those keys I had issued need permission from Central Locksmith to prevent extra keys from being made. I have to pay for more, but it's well worth it. I know no one can make copies. Also, Aaron was never asked to be a coach, just asked to spar and help with those that need more work in the ring. We did want him to register as a non-athlete through USA Boxing in addition to his athletic membership for insurance purposes, and that is protocol with the box, but with both USA Boxing, USA Wrestling, and our policy. I do understand the complexity of the situation and just hopes everything can work out. And yes, I do like everyone around to know what's going on, to know the situation and get through all this. Life's kind of tough for everyone. This Scott guy is kind of cool. He's just like normal, cool ass guy. So listen, my favorite part of this is as a response, Aaron posts a picture of his receipt from buying a non-athlete membership. And then he says, yeah, see, I was a coach, bro. I'm like, look, Aaron, I ain't got a problem with you, right? It's fine. You know, you're a goober. I get it. I've said publicly I don't like him because it's his personality, not because of whatever. You know, I just don't. He's kind of annoying. But that's fine. It's all good. Here's the issue. Him saying he's like a boxer and he's a coach and he like coaches people because he's such an expert. He's such a damn expert. That's like me saying I train people for the Daytona 500. And I train people to get in cars because I'm an expert. I'm not. I'm learning every time I get in the car. I'm like a baby. And I'm trying to pull everything into my mind. And that's so frustrating to see people freaking hijack shit as their interest and then claim to be an expert. You're the expert. You're the expert, Mark. No. If I started, I would kick my own ass if I started talking to people getting into racing and I was trying to claim that I'm an instructor and I'm an expert. Bro, I don't know shit. Every time I get in a race car, every time I strap in, it's a new experience. And I'm learning and I'm digesting. And I know for a fact that I ain't got any experience. I have the least amount of experience of everyone in the field except for Cletus McFarland. And I'm learning. And I'm loving the process. And I take all advice that anybody can give me, especially if it's an older guy that's like raced in NASCAR for years. Please tell me what you know, right? Aaron's on the opposite of that. He pretends to be an expert in boxing for some reason and claims to be a coach. When here's our evidence. A video of him getting his shit rocked. That's it. That's the only evidence of him boxing is him getting his shit rocked. And B, him just saying he's the expert and inviting everybody to box him over and over. Imagine how it would look if every time somebody was like kind of trying to beef with me, keep in mind when I beef, I don't beef. There's a reason why I'm not in beefs because I don't care. I'm not going to respond to you making fun of me because I've heard it all before, dude. How would it look if every time somebody beefed with me, I told them, bro, fly to Alabama and get in one of my NASCAR race cars and let's go 1v1, bro. And I'll show you. I'll show you, bro. That would be so dumb. I would look like a desperate dumbass. Although I would if I 1v1'd you at a short track, I would melt your ass. But that's because experience goes a long way in race car driving.